being in high school. I went to the same school that I teach at now, fortunate enough to be here. But I remember being a student. I remember those conversations that I had. I remember the gospel being preached to me, but it didn't make sense. Partly because I didn't pay enough attention about it. I thought I was right with God. I thought I was there. And now that I'm a teacher, I want to be more intentional with that time and with that discussion. I don't want to just have a chapel or a conversation and then let it be, because I know how much Jesus can change a life. And if I have one student, 1 year, one student come to know Jesus, everything was worth it. And so I think when it comes to my faith in teaching as a coach or as a teacher, it goes hand in hand. In the middle of a lesson, I can have a Jesus question. Even though it's a rabbit trail, sometimes I have the freedom to run down that trail. And that's just amazing that I have the opportunity to work at a school that is freely open to talking about Jesus on a regular basis. About 4 years ago, I had a student who was a softball player. She was a pitcher for us. And we were at batting practice. We were talking, and they were asking me a lot of questions about God, about Jesus, and about the Bible. And then after practice, Katie walked up to me, and she was like, "Coach, I need to talk more about what Jesus means to you. Like, you sound like he's a friend, he's something personal, that you could have a relationship, and I've never heard about that before." So I had the opportunity to walk with her, talk about a lot of things that were going on in her life, how broken she was, the bondage that she was in. I was able to explain to her that Christ can break those chains, can free her from those insecurities of being perfect, following in footsteps. She didn't have to compare herself to anyone. Through that process, Katie's eyes were open, knowing that someone loved her that much and that she didn't have to perform well to earn that love. And she gave her life to Christ. We met regularly. She met with my wife. My wife mentored her. And through that, she asked to be baptized. She started coming to Vintage, and I was able to baptize her at one of our change services. And it was amazing. One of the best moments I've had as a teacher, as a coach, and as a person. And if we think back to the moment that we got saved, if it weren't for that preacher, if it weren't for that friend, that grandparent, that teacher that reached out to you, that was bold enough to preach the gospel to you in hopes that you would respond, then you might not be where you are. You might not know Christ. Your life may not be where it is now if it weren't for that person. So I always think about the person who reached out to me, and I continue to thank him daily. I thank him all the time, just remembering that he took a bold step, and that encourages me always to be bold in my faith. So I encourage Vintage, as the church, our job is not to just come here and soak it up, but when we leave this place, to let people know that Jesus is real. He's not just a name. He's not just a person that people wear around their neck, but he is a person who came, who lived, died, and was raised, and that he can change your life. He can break the bondage, he can break the chains, and he can set you free. And if that's not enough to get out and tell people about Jesus, I don't know what else to tell you, because right now my hair is raising just thinking about it. You have that opportunity every day to change someone's life. The name of Jesus is that powerful that at any moment, anytime you speak it, someone's life can change.